Mr. Thompson here. We're looking at United States History Standard 5. Investigate specific events and key ideas that brought about the adoption and implementation of the United States Constitution. More specifically, we're looking at Part A of that standard, examining the strengths of the Articles of Confederation, including the Land Ordinance of 1785, Northwest Ordinance of 1787, and their influence on westward migration and the addition of new states. The Articles of Confederation were successful in managing the new territories acquired through the 1783 Treaty of Paris that ended the American Revolution. The region west of the Appalachians had been settled by French and English traders and was a strategic objective of both the French and Indian War and the American Revolution. The new United States came to possess the land, and it was successfully managed under the Articles of Confederation system of government. Several states claimed portions of the region and reluctantly gave up claims to the land in exchange for the clearing of their state Revolutionary War debts. Congress hoped to sell the public lands in the region to settle outstanding debt and to finance the operation of the new government. To rectify competing land claims, the Confederation Congress passed the Land Ordinance of 1785. The Land Ordinance of 1785 was significant because it provided a mechanism for dividing the land into 6 square-mile rectangular townships. The townships were then subdivided into 36 sections, each measuring 1 square mile or 640 acres. The sections were sold at auction for $1 per acre, with a minimum sale being 1 section in size. Because the minimum sale price was $640, the primary buyers were land speculators who would then resell the land to settlers who were moving west for opportunity. An important stipulation of the law was that the revenue from the sale of the 16th section of land in each township would be reserved for the establishment of public schools. So you can thank old Section 16 for schools. Well, maybe a little bit. The sale of land through the system established in the Land Ordinance of 1785 was successful in generating revenue for the new United States government that was facing debt from all the fighting in the Revolutionary War. The land north and west of the Ohio River became the Northwest Territory. It was the first territory created outside the original 13 states. In 1787, Congress passed the Northwest Ordinance. The law established the method by which new territories would be admitted to the United States. Hey, territory, you want to join the United States? Well, here's how you join. That's the Northwest Ordinance. The ordinance banned slavery in the Northwest Territory, effectively making the Ohio River the boundary between free and slave regions. The region was a lawless area prior to the passage of the 1787 Northwest Ordinance. To establish order in the region just beginning to be settled, Congress would appoint a governor, a secretary, and 3 judges to preside over the territory. Becoming a full and equal state to the original 13 was a progression of steps based on population increases. Once a territory reached a population of 5,000 free male adults, then it could elect its own local assembly. The next step toward joining the United States was to apply for full statehood once the population of the territory reached 60,000 free inhabitants. Ohio was the first state to enter the Union under this system. It is important that U.S. territories had a path to statehood rather than being permanently bound to a colonial arrangement with the original 13 states. Under the arrangement of the Northwest Ordinance, the original 13 states didn't have a special designation. There was no special status for the original states under the arrangement of the Northwest Ordinance. This law demonstrated to Americans that their new national government intended to encourage westward expansion. The laws of the nation would follow its citizens across the continent. New states would be admitted to the nation as equal members of the Union. The policies of the Land Ordinance of 1785 and the Northwest Ordinance of 1787 not only encouraged westward expansion, but also took steps to legislate for public education and to limit slavery in newly added territories. That wraps up our look at Standard 5, Part A, examining the strengths of the Articles of Confederation, including the Land Ordinance of 1785, the Northwest Ordinance of 1787, and their influence on westward migration, slavery, public education, and the addition of new states.